I came to yoga when I was about 14 years old, when I was diagnosed with scoliosis. So I started to do it back then. And since then, it was a very interesting journey. I became a yoga teacher about 6 years ago. It was a process of searching for my mission in life. And I was looking for it in different other areas while doing yoga as a hobby. And then one day I just woke up understanding, why should I look for something else if I already have my mission with me? And so that was a decisive moment when I started to take my certification. Yoga keeps me healthy, physically, emotionally balanced since long time. I think since that very moment when I just started doing it, when I was a teenager. I teach different kind of classes. I also teach group classes for elderly. I teach group classes for adult people and private classes, which also can be adult people or senior people. I mean, groups of different sizes can be smaller groups, like family group, for example, like husband and wife and kids, or bigger groups of just adult people, or classes at the elderly facilities where I go and they are already there, and groups can be from 6 to 10 to 20 people depending on the volume or the size of the facility, and it works pretty good. When you stand in front of the group, there is an immediate connection that is created between you as a teacher and them as your students. When I teach a class, I end up feeling way more charged, rejuvenated, as well as them. I try to be as holistic as possible in class, but if I had to name something which is one of the most important aspects in my classes, that would be breathing. When I was studying my teacher training, our teacher used to tell us, don't go very far. Teach your students how to breathe properly and how to sit properly. And at the beginning it was a little weird because, I mean, we all breathe and we all sit. But as I continued my journey into yoga, I started understanding how wrong we breathe, how we completely forgot to breathe properly, and we stopped using the breathing to actually help us in our emotional sense, in our physical sense. It is amazingly important to breathe, to be aware of your breathing in order to get to your balance. Just in the everyday basis, if you feel overwhelmed, the easiest way to get back to your normal state is just by observing your breathing. When we practice yoga and when we speak about that sequence of poses or those whatever amount of poses that we are taught when we take our teacher training or when we take our classes, most of the poses, the names for those poses come from animals or from trees or just from nature. And I like to say that if you have a pet at home, that's your teacher. Because just observe a pet or a baby, actually, just observing the way they move, the way they stretch, the way they breathe. Because pets, animals in general, and babies breathe correctly. As we grow, we forget how to breathe properly. So when we observe them and try to imitate them, that's how we get closer to nature. Nature is what surrounds us, and nature which is us, because we are nature. When I come and teach you, we are never static, we always change, we're always evolving. So you come to me as my student, every day you are a little different. And every day I have to adjust a little to a different you and to a different me. So that's also a learning process. So if you come to me, the same person, feeling wonderfully we do one kind of practice. But if next class you come to me feeling upset, or I just feel a little stagnation in you, or I can tell it from your face, or I can see it from your body, there is certain pain in your body, I have to adjust the class to that you. While teaching yoga, I actually feel completely healthy and completely happy because of all the processes that are involved while you practice your yoga.